Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we're so excited to have you again. 2023 election is coming, and the governor of Imo State has made a solemn promise, which is quite a shocking one. And that promise has to do with the lives of Imolite. That instead of him taking the lives of Imolite, he won't mind taking a walk out of politics. And for many, it is quite shocking. We are going to be looking at the details of what he said and compare it with what IPOB has been saying about his activities against the Imolite. But before we give you full details of that, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish our videos. Now, according to the news, the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, on Sunday expressed concern over the spate of violence in the country, but said that he would rather quit politics than spill blood to win election come 2023. While lamenting what he described as contrived insecurity by desperate politicians, he insisted that Nigerian leadership must always act in good conscience. Uzodinma, who made these promises with the 2019 governorship election after the Supreme Uzodinma, who made history. Sorry, I'll take that again. Uzodinma, who made history with the 2019 governorship election after the Supreme Court nullified the election of the then incumbent governor. Emeka Uzodinma stated this in an interview with journalists on the sideline of the first plenary of the Catholic Bishop Conference of Nigerians in Abuja. He said, I don't belong to the class of politicians that will encourage violence. I don't belong to the class of politicians that will spill blood to win election. I would rather prefer not to be a politician than to be an instrument of violence. If you recall the history of elections in Nigeria, it has always been greeted with anxiety in the beginning. But as we make progress, the anxiety comes down and the people also come out to follow the electoral timetable as provided by INEC. The only aspect that is different is the contrived insecurity that is now taking lives and all sort of banditry and kidnapping. Evil is bad and stands condemned. We should shun violence in all its ramifications and embrace the rule of free, fair, and conducive environment for everyone. I invite my colleague, political leaders, and the entire political elite to toe the path of good conscience and fear of God in all they do and say, because that is only what we need to attract the mercy and forgiveness of God. Uzodinma said that the 1999 Constitution does not recognize the zoning of presidency, says it was high time the nation look for a credible presidential candidate based on merit and competence rather than by zoning. The governor said, of course, it will be a good idea to zone the presidency to the southeast, but in the best of my interests, the process is what we should be looking at. Actually, in the books of our democracy 1999 constitution, tribe or place of origin is not a factor. No, all I say is my good conscience and moral instinct is that Nigerians should vote in a representative manner where I'll take that again. So all I say is in my good conscience and moral instinct is that Nigerians should vote in a representative in a manner where everyone will have a feel of what the presidency is in reality. But beyond that, and very importantly, is the need for merit and competence. They should be driving criteria for selecting a president. This country has gone through a lot of trouble and temptation. It is high time we did this rightly in Nigeria. That's what he had to tell Nigerians, and so many people are so shocked especially on the issue of no violence, the instead of violence, he won't mind taking a walk out of politics. And then I begin to ask myself, so what about the things that have been happening? First of all, talking about the issue of going for zoning and all of that, I strongly support zoning. This is because we have multiple ethnic groups in Nigeria who have the capacity of working as nations. And if all of these key ethnic groups who have been subdivided into different geopolitical zone have given their quota when other people came on board, they also deserve it. I feel that at this point, everyone needs to stand up strong for this issue of zoning, because if you look at the population of Nigeria, we're talking about 200 million people. And 200 million people that we're talking about, every geopolitical zone have not less than at least a 50 million, or let's say a minimum of 30 million people in each of the region. And you can't tell me out of 30 million people, we don't have competent people in those different geopolitical zones who can stand up strong and direct the affairs of this country. In as much as we have enough population, we have competent hands who can do this. For that reason, it's obviously wrong for us to throw zoning out of our context, because if equity and justice must prevail, then zoning must be a part of our political strife. Now, looking at what he said about not spilling any blood but abiding by the rules of good conscience, we'd like to look at what Nigerian says about this. The first person on the list says, this man does not know what he has done in Imo State, that people are writing his history and keeping for him. When the set time comes, he will understand what it means to oppress the Imolite. Another person here says, this is not a confession from a true heart. We have experienced the negative part of his government so much in the Imo State, different senatorial, this, I don't know what this person is saying. Another person here says this issue requires so much confrontation. I feel at this point that this man needs to be talked to so that he will understand what it means by spilling blood. Already in Imo State, a lot has happened, and all of this is pointed to the fact that the current Supreme Court governor has negatively influenced the life of Imola. This person here says, Governor Hope Uzodinma, thumbs up for you. You have been doing a great job for us. We know that you are fighting those who are promoting violence. That's why the whole world seems to be against you. But we stand by you all the time. This other person here says, Hope Uzodinma, you are the right man on the throne. We will stand by you till the end. You are a man of peace. You are a lover of peace. I stand by you because the people you are dealing with are actually those who are promoters of violence. You can see about two people, they are saying the same thing, supporting him. However, we'd like to leave it there. Go to our conversation. Let's interact. What's your standpoint on the statement he has made about 2020?